What's up everyone, got another rod to show you, brand new. It's from Shimano. I'll tell you all about this right now. It's a really cool rod designed for the mid-strolling technique. We'll look at it right now. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. We do a lot of unboxing videos, and then after I fish the stuff, I do a full detailed review. So if you're new to the channel, this is one of those first look type videos. I'm really excited about this. It's a rod from Shimano called the Expride. Nothing crazy about that. The Expride is a very good rod lineup. I've had some back when they were the Expride A. Now I have an Expride B, and this is another Expride B. But what's unique about this rod is it is designed for mid-strolling. So I'll open it up and take a look. So there it is. That is the Shimano Expride. Now what is unique about this is the model that it is. So this is a 610 medium. It's a spinning rod, nothing crazy. But the big difference on this is a solid tip, where instead of a hollow blank, it is a solid tip. This is the trend in Japan with the mid-strolling technique, you know, shaking a minnow, having a solid tip and an extra fast tip is going to make the bait supposedly work better in the water column. So obviously you can do the mid-strolling technique with any rod that you have, obviously. I mean, a spinning rod, this is what I'm using right now. This is another Expride. This is a 610 medium light. You know, I got the fish roller, got the horizon head. I mean, I got all the fancy stuff that you need for it. But this is just a regular fast action, where this, or an extra fast, where this is an extra fast. So you have more tip action because of that solid tip, which is, again, this is the trend in Japan. This is where the technique originated. So this rod, there's actually two models that have that solid tip. Some other brands are doing it as well, you know, just to get more action as you're shaking the bait. That's kind of how you work the bait, and that tip is supposedly there to help. And the good thing is I have an Expride already, same length. Obviously it's a medium light versus a medium, but I'm really gonna be able to tell if it makes a difference in how easy it is to work the bait, because I have almost an identical rod. So I really like that. I've been excited about this since I heard about these rods. I saw them at iCast. They're really hard to get, but right now I got one in my hand. So I will be fishing it and giving you a full review. But let's talk about the Expride a little bit more in general. It is a rod that I love. I mean, honestly, it is one of the best rods I own. This one down here, it's 300 bucks roughly. So it's not a cheap rod, but they are just an awesome rod, and they have a lot of cool features built into them. So the Expride, I'll just kind of run you some of the features and things that I've noticed about it. You know, it has what they, you know, it has kind of this wrapped blank, which is something that makes it stronger. It looks like almost like tape on there, strong and sensitive. It's got the CI4 reel seat, the monocoque handle here, so it's like a carbon handle on the back. You know, it's very JDM looking. I mean, because this is a JDM style rod. Now the front here on the cork, it's a little bit different. It's kind of a tapered finish in front of it. It's really comfortable, especially if you're shaking a drop shot, things like that, because I use this rod a lot for drop shot fishing as well, for light drop shots. So this one, I probably won't be drop shotting with it because of the solid tip, but it's still very comfortable as you're shaking it. A couple other things, again, it's a premium rod, 300 bucks, got SIC guides. It's a really thin blank too, but it's super powerful. That's something that they've done, is they've reduced size and weight, but kept that strength. So they're really great rods. I actually also used to have a punching rod in this lineup, which is the same thing. Really light, really sensitive, really thin. So the whole lineup is like that. You know, they're just a really good rod that I think is kind of underrated, even though they sell really well. You just don't hear them in the same name as some of the other high-end rods, at least in my circles, but they are very popular, very good rod from Shimano. Now this rod, like I said, is a medium. There's also a medium heavy, but again, these have that solid tip designed for the mid-strolling technique. I mean, we've seen all kinds of lures and, you know, jig heads and things like that for this technique, mid-strolling, hover strolling, and there's now rods made for this very purpose, which is really cool. It's just kind of a trend in the industry. We have technique-specific rods for everything. Now you have a rod for shaking a minnow. I mean, obviously you could do it with any rod, but this rod is supposed to make it easier. So I will let you know what I think, good and bad, about this rod compared to, you know, just a regular spinning rod. If it makes a difference, if it's easier to shake the minnow, anything else that I learned, I will follow up in a month or so after I fished it. Plan to do a lot of that in the coming trips, so I will let you know. But I am a huge fan of the Expride rods. They're great, so I really have high expectations for this. Again, I'll do a follow-up after I fish it. I just wanted to share this new model. And this model is actually called the EXS 610 MSB. So great, cool rod. I'm probably gonna put a X-Sense on there. My Vanford, I'm not really sure yet, but I'm looking forward to getting out there and shaking some minnows with a rod that was made for it. So that's my thoughts on the Expride solid tip. Again, I keep saying this, but I will do a follow-up, tell you everything I've learned about fishing this particular rod. Thanks for watching.